Last week we welcomed the Dunns. Here's Patsy and Nolan with their mom, Chris. And the kids were selected as part of the Children's Congress. They just visited with lawmakers on Capitol Hill about diabetes research.
We know they'll be at the JDRF One Walk next month. More than 4,000 people will be there, including some of us from KMTV. We're proud to be a part of this event.
Yes, we are. From our local JDRF chapter, we're pleased to welcome back Lindy Janulevich. Good to see you, Lindy.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
How are you?
Welcome.
Wonderful.
Good to see you. So let's talk about what JDRF does first of all, then we'll move on to this other stuff.
Sure.
What's the organization do?
So JDRF is the leading global organization that funds research to cure type 1 diabetes. And our organization is unique in that we partner with the government, as the Dunns just did. We partner with grassroots volunteers, scientists, researchers, clinicians, and all different types of entities to fundraise and partner together, even pharmaceuticals, to really propagate this research and to get our therapies to the people who need them.
You're the thread that connects all of those groups together.
The catalyst, if you will.
Type 1, give us an idea. What is it? And then do we know what causes it?
We don't, and we're working on that. Type 1, there are two types of diabetes that really get most of the media attention. And type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disorder, which is typically diagnosed in adulthood, and people can't use the insulin in their body. Type 1 diabetes, which is the condition that we focus on, is an autoimmune disease. And that's where a person's immune system attacks the beta cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. And insulin is a hormone that we need to convert food into energy, so you need it to survive. So people who have type 1 diabetes have to either take daily injections of insulin or wear an insulin pump and infuse it all day, every day.
Yeah, and you got involved with the organization. You were diagnosed many years ago, right?
Yep. This year I celebrate my 30th anniversary of being diagnosed with type 1. And it's a challenge because it's an invisible disease. People say, oh, you look so great, you handle it so well. Where inside you're dealing with this daily challenge of managing stress and illness, weather. I tend to run high on rainy days, so today will be a challenge. Insulin intake, food, exercise, all these different factors that affect the immediate danger of a low blood sugar or the long-term danger of a high blood sugar.
And you're a mom, you're a wife, and so you've got all of these other things around you where life goes on.
Yep, life
and
does go on.
you have to be completely responsible and pay attention, right, to your numbers, to your body. We're talking to the Dunns, and for these kids growing up, and you were there at one point where you just want to be a kid.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't because you've got to focus on just being well.
That's right.
So this walk that's coming up, I was there with you a few years ago, and that was my first experience at the landing, and I was shocked at the sense of community.
Yes.
Help our viewers who haven't been understand what that's about.
It is so empowering. It's an awesome event. It is August 15th this year at the Lewis and Clark Landing from 8 a.m. to noon, and we're anticipating over 4,000 people gathering together. People make family teams like the Dunns do. They have corporate teams, and they come together, they fundraise. All of that money goes to research, and it is such an empowering day. Selfishly, I look out at the crowds and I see these people in all their colored t-shirts and doing this stuff, and to look out and say, wow, they did this, they got up, they came here this morning, they raised all this money for me. And for people like me, it's incredible. It's very empowering, and it's very cool for the kids to see, and to see these good mentors, and to understand, hey, I'm not doing this alone every day.
Patsy said that.
And this picture tells a lot. Over 4,000 people there. And so how do these teams get together, but then how do they go about raising money?
Sure. Family teams will do things like have an email or a letter campaign to neighbors, to relatives, to friends, asking for donations to sponsor them in their journey through the walk. My particular team, we have a scarecrow, and it says "Scare Away Diabetes," and we put it in people's yards, and they have to pay for us to come and get it and take it away. So watch out, you two. But everybody does something different. Corporate teams will do something where employees can pay $5 to wear jeans to work. So you can get creative. Have a bake sale. Have a car wash.
Is this where we are now at $190,000, right, so far?
Yep, that's where we're at right now.
And then what's your goal come the date of the event?
Yep, the day of the event, our goal is over 600,000. So we have a long ways to go, but we have time. We have time. People are excited. Even things like the buy a sneaker at Hy-Vee when you purchase your groceries. That all goes to the walk to our total too. And that campaign continues on in through September. So those dollars are flowing in through that time frame. But it's a great day, and it's such a wonderful cause.
And it's not too late for our viewers to get involved with this.
Not at all.
How can they do that?
They can visit walk.jdrf.org to form their own team. They're welcome to join an existing team to fundraise, simply give a donation, even just watching and spreading the word about it. Pay when you get the scarecrow in your yard, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. We love to get people involved.
And tell us where the money goes. You were touching on research earlier, but are there specific projects now where you feel like that's where the most promise is and that's where you'll send those dollars?
Yes, the JDRF has specified several different sectors where most of the money is going right now, and a couple of things that we're really excited about is the artificial pancreas, which is an insulin pump with what we call a closed loop system. So a continual glucose monitor, which is another device worn by the patient, will beam their blood sugar to the pump, and then the pump will either administer or stop administering insulin based on that blood sugar.
And why is that so important?
It is so important because it removes the human factor of error. So, you know, it's keeping on top of the blood sugar in a more timely manner, and it's removing that human factor of error, giving a wrong amount or not the right amount or at the wrong time. And it's also a second generation artificial pancreas may even administer a second hormone like glucagon, which would raise your blood sugar as opposed to just insulin, which will lower it. We're also looking at encapsulation, which is a beta cell in a suit of armor, if you will, so that the immune system can't attack it, and it would then produce insulin on its own.
These are life-changing advancements in the works now.
Life-saving, yes.
Life-saving, and that's the whole point of JDRF. You're not shy about it. You say, we're going to find a cure.
That's right.
Not, maybe someday we hope to sort of kind of get close.
Yep.
But you exist to find a cure. In the meantime, we're walking Omaha on August 15th from 8 until noon. The Lewis and Clark Landing. The last few years, the weather has been simply gorgeous. We'll keep our fingers crossed again this year. If you'd like to join in, don't hesitate. And if you'd like to learn more, if someone in your family recently diagnosed with type 1 and you want to access the resources that are available, please get in touch with our local JDRF chapter. Lindy, thank you.
Thank you for
We'll
having
see
me.
you again in a
We'll see
few
you
weeks
there.
out at the landing. Look